Once again, Greg and Anthony, everybody with Combined Veterans, thank you for hosting this. It's one of the events I look forward to every summer. You guys do an outstanding job. And looking at all the presenters, this is a high quality event, and I'm really fortunate and happy to be here. Thank you. I'm looking forward to all the good information from everybody today. Um, the one thing I do have to say, Greg, is I expect my barbecue sandwich delivered to my house today because that's like the main reason why I come. I mean, I'm just kidding around. Um, First of all, with the Vet Center program, we've been around since 1979, and we were developed because returning vets from Vietnam were having some difficulties with the VA receiving the treatment that they needed as far as readjustment counseling goes, whether it be substance abuse, marriage and family therapy, so on and so forth. So they went to Congress. Basically, a bunch of veterans went to Washington, D.C. and said, we need something more. And the Vet Center program was born because of that. And since then, we have evolved. Currently, we have over 300 vet centers nationwide. I believe it's like 343, but don't quote me on that one. We also have these multiple, they're called mobile vet centers. They're like vet centers, they're like big RV vet centers that go to different areas, more rural, to be able to provide services for veterans. Our basic criteria revolves around the veteran themselves, whether it be combat service, military sexual trauma, and we also provide bereavement counseling for the families of service members that have been killed in the line of duty. But that's the main mission of the Vet Center. But we also provide other services, such as having an outreach person, such as myself, on staff that is a, a combat veteran that's experienced using the VA system that can provide information and referral to help the veteran as they start to utilize the VA system or other healthcare facilities in the area. We also help with most vet centers have a veteran service officer on staff, whether it be through the state of Illinois, DAV, um, American Legion, VFW, whichever veteran service officer it may be, to help with disability compensation claims. The one thing I really appreciate about the vet center as a veteran myself is that we're staffed by veterans. So when you're coming into the vet center for counseling, you're going to be talking to most likely a veteran that's been in the same type of situations as you, or a family member, loved one, somebody that's really got strong ties to the veteran community. So we really take our mission to heart, and it's also a service that is completely and totally free. And I say that free is a word that people throw around all the time. There's always something that comes into play. But with the vet center services, a veteran will get asked for a DD 214, and after that, there will be no insurance cards, no copays, nothing like that. It's a service that is more located within the communities. Our facilities are much smaller than hospitals or or other VA locations, in the sense that we look more like a dentist office, or unfortunately, with the vet center name, some people think we're a veterinary clinic. We're about the size of a veterinary clinic in some ways. Um, I do have to say that, in my humble opinion, as the outreach person at the Forest Park Vet Center at 1515 South Harlem in Forest Park, that my vet center is probably the Taj Mahal of vet centers. I'm very fortunate to work there. They're wonderful, wonderful people, wonderful staff. If I could go there as a veteran myself for my PTSD treatment, I would. But instead, I use Hines VA, which has outstanding resources for me, and it's close by. Within the Chicago area, we're very fortunate to have over 7 different vet centers. Each one sort of has its unique character, but we all do the same mission. And I really like to share that when you walk in the door at the vet center, usually as a veteran, that's the hardest step, that first step through the doorway. Once you get in the vet center, you start having interaction with either somebody like myself or the front desk staff, or actually the counselor that you're going to be dealing with. You're going to feel like you're at home. It's a safe, secure environment. We're very family friendly. Typically, in non-pandemic situations, we have open house events where at least once a month we host like a barbecue, or some of our big ones. I stay in shape. I kid around and stay in shape because I put on a Santa Claus suit and help pass out Christmas presents for our Christmas one. So Our Thanksgiving feast is it's a it's a must be at situation. Trust me on that one. It's typically the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, and it provides veterans and their families a place where they can come, have camaraderie and fellowship, totally free. Most of the time, we run out of food about 1:30. It's a huge event. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that with the Vet Center services, we also have a combat call center, and that number is 877 War Vets, and that is 24/7. It's staffed by combat veterans. So if a veteran is in crisis, they can call that number. Once again, that's 877 War Vets. And the Vet Center's main website is www.vetcenter.va.gov. And that gives an overview of the national program because being part of the VA system, we're in all 50 states. We have locations in Puerto Rico. And like I mentioned before, we also have those mobile vet centers that travel around the country. The mobile vet centers come into play because like during hurricane season, they usually flex a couple of those down to locations that have been hit by the hurricanes. And then like with the COVID situation we faced here in Chicago, I was able to have one of the MVCs come up from Indianapolis, and we were at the testing locations that Illinois Department of Public Health opened up initially when they started doing the free public testing for first responders and healthcare providers. So it's just a situation where we're there to help. It's a completely free service, and our services are also confidential. No one in the VA other than Vet Center employees will see your records unless you want them to. And that comes into play where people really appreciate that fact. We have a lot of VA employees that are veterans come to the Vet Center services to utilize our services. And we also offer the counseling sessions, which are either individual or group therapy models. Currently with the pandemic situation, most of our services are telehealth. We have started opening up the Vet Center again where people can come in for either their individual therapy or their group therapy. Some of the groups have started coming back and doing the big parking lot roundtable, so to speak, where everybody's socially distanced. My my thing about the Vet Center is, as a veteran, I never try to portray something that's not quality to other veterans, and I'm the luckiest guy on the planet because I get to go to work every day to a Vet Center, and I'm very blessed. Everybody there cares about me, and they can tell when I'm having one of my days. And I usually have 4 or 5 of the counselors say, "Hey, Mike, what's going on? You all right?" And it's just a calm, caring environment. And it's something you definitely have to check out if you haven't had the opportunity. I'd like to share my phone number at the office, which is 708-457-8805. Once again, that's 708-457-8805. And please feel free to call me with any questions. And my email address is Michael, Michael .rogers@va.gov. Feel free to shoot me an email, ask me any questions you might have. When we do the actual outreach events, like Tony mentioned, where you can see somebody, look them in the eye, shake their hand, we pass out these cool things like these stress balls, got these little wallet card things, lots of, I call it free cha-cha stuff. But it's something where it's got our phone number on it, gives you a chance to hold on to it and call it when you need. Vet Center services, like I said, completely free, completely confidential. We're staffed by veterans, and I'm just very fortunate to be part of this virtual event today. Thank you both again, Tony and Greg, for setting this up. It's a great opportunity to share a lot of information. I'm going to hang around for a while today, so if somebody's got a question, please feel free to just put it in the chat box, and I can respond to it that way. Otherwise, once again, the Vet Center number in Forest Park is 708-457-8805. And my email is Michael, Michael.E.Rogers@va.gov. Please feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions. We always provide either services on site if we can and if we're eligible, but if we can't, we have multiple partners throughout the community through the VA system and the general civilian population community where we can refer you if there's something specific that you need. And we're all about helping veterans and their family. once again, thank you, Combined Veterans, for hosting this event today. Great event, great people taking part. I'm very fortunate to be part of it. And one last thing with that barbecue sandwich, I want coleslaw instead of fries today. Okay. Thanks, Greg.